In this video today, I want to show you exactly how I was able to plan, schedule, and create content on multiple platforms outside of my usual Instagram account. So I was able to do this and branch out onto Pinterest, TikTok, and YouTube. And I want to show you my results so far and how I was able to achieve this. We're covering a lot in this video today, so I've separated it into chapters for you. So if you're interested in a particular platform, you can just go ahead and skip to that section. However, I'm going to show you the full A to Z process on planning, scheduling, and creating content across multiple platforms, because there are several ways that you can make your life a little bit easier and actually repurpose that content onto multiple different platforms. Tip number one is to utilize similar content across multiple platforms. The key here is that you want to work smarter, not harder. And what this means is, for example, I am an avid Instagram user, so I do Instagram feed posts, I do Instagram stories, I do Instagram reels, IGTVs, the whole 9 yards. In order to make use of this content that I'm already creating for Instagram, you can actually pick and choose different platforms to repurpose that content onto. For example, I was able to use my Instagram stories and repurpose those onto Pinterest. I was also able to do the same thing with my reels as well. And because I was already creating Instagram reels, those are easily repurposed onto TikTok too. As you can see, I only needed to spend time on Instagram reels and stories once creating that content, but then I was able to repurpose it on TikTok and Pinterest and generate significantly more reach. I recommend using Pinterest ideas over normal pins because they generate significantly more impressions and get a lot more views from people, which is nice. Here are the results I've had from using Pinterest over the past month or so. I haven't been using it super consistently lately, but this will give you an idea of how much more exposure you can get to your brand from Pinterest alone. The one platform I was not able to repurpose content across from Instagram was YouTube. And the reason for this is I just wanted my YouTube videos to be a little bit more in depth and more explanatory than what I would typically do for an Instagram reel or IGTV. However, the good news is I can actually take my YouTube videos and repurpose those back onto IGTV in order to generate traffic to my YouTube channel, especially since it's new and it doesn't get any traffic right now. Now, you have to play around with the content slightly. It is still a faster process than if you were to create separate content for Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. But it does create a little bit of work because the dimensions and the sizing and how you can schedule posts differs between each of these platforms. So I'm going to go into those a little bit more in depth at the end of this video. Tip number two is don't worry about optimization if you're just starting all new accounts. So for me, I started a brand new TikTok account, brand new Pinterest account, and brand new YouTube account. And the reason why I say don't worry about optimization is because I don't have an audience or analytics to look at in order to determine what optimization is. And what people usually do when they are just starting is they get really caught up in, is this gonna work? Am I gonna get the results I want? Is this worth the time and effort? And it causes them to stop taking action and to get caught up in perfectionism. So my recommendation to you is if you are branching out on new platforms, just create content, whatever makes sense for you and your business, and put it out there, because you're not gonna know how effective it is until it's out there. You can obsess about it all day long and you will still not know until you hit send. Make sure that you are committing to just putting the content out there. Don't worry about optimization in the beginning because you can't do it yet. For example, if we take a look at my TikTok, so I've done about 10 TikToks already, and I can now look and see what type of content performed well versus what type of content didn't perform as well. But I would not know this information prior to putting out this content. And so that's why I don't want you to worry too much about optimization in the beginning, because you just need to get your content out there, get familiar with the platform, and get a feel for what people like and don't like on the platform. If we go over to Pinterest, now we can do the exact same thing. I can look through all the idea pins and normal pins that I did and see what performed well and what didn't. So as I said before, the idea pins are getting significantly more reach, so I think it's more important to push more of those out. However, they don't allow me to link to a website directly, so that would be the one downfall of doing an idea pin, but you are getting significantly more brand awareness through doing them. If we are to look at the analytics here, we can see that these types of pins tended to perform better than these ones did. So in the future, I know to create more type of content like this. It's also good to evaluate, is there a particular reason why this content performs? People tend to like step-by-step tutorials on how to achieve a certain result in videos, and I know to create more of those in the future. Tip number 3 is you need to make sure you're batching your content. I cannot stress this enough. You will not be able to be consistent with your content unless you're batching it. Nobody is creative 24/7, and you are no exception. I am no exception. So make sure that you're taking time to batch a whole bunch of reel videos or to batch all of your story content. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do this in Airtable to help keep things organized and concise. When I organize social media posts for clients, this is typically how I set it up. I'll have the title of the content piece. For this client's particular case, I also have the type of content they have, whether that's educational, a quote, promotional, funny, or for holidays. And I have a section for attachments where I have what the posts are. Then I have a section for captions and hashtags. For this company, they sell more to dog owners than cat owners, so I have more dog related posts than cats, but I like to space them out evenly. And then I also have the scheduled dates on when those posts are supposed to go live. Finally, I like to put in whether that is in progress or if it's done, and I have a section to keep track of this for all of my clients. If you want to set something similar up for yourself, you would start with an empty, what Airtable calls bases. And so we're gonna call this one YouTube example. And this is how it'll look when you create a new base. You will have to click on customize field type and change the title to content name. And then we can change the note section to caption. If you select long text, it will allow you to write a lot longer text than for single line text. And I like to make sure that this is selected. We can keep the status as is since it already has the to do, in progress, and done sections added already. Next, we can hit the plus sign to add a section for hashtags, and we will leave this as long text as well. You can also add a scheduled date if you desire. Now I do the same thing for my YouTube content, but I like to select a can format instead of grid. When we switch this over, you'll notice that it looks like this now. To switch it back, simply select grid. I'll show you how this looked for my YouTube content for August. When I was organizing it, you will see that it says idea script and then filmed and done. If I had filmed something, I would move it over to the SEO section, and I just have to drag and drop it over there. And then once I'm done with SEO, I would move it into the done folder. If you click on the tiles directly, you will see that I have the script and SEO and then also the status. I also have all of these thumbnail rules, YouTube tips, and TubeBuddy scores, and those really aren't important. I was using them for something else and I just never deleted them. But you can add a whole bunch of different things to keep track of your work. Tip number 4 is you need to make sure you're scheduling your content. The whole point in batching content is so that you're able to schedule it in a third-party platform and not have to worry about it for the rest of the month. And so what I like to do is for Instagram and Facebook posts, I like to use Later. This allows me to schedule my Instagram story posts. It allows me to automatically publish to both Instagram and Facebook, which is nice. And every day I just have to go into the app and manually post my stories to Instagram. So it takes maybe 3 minutes. It's not a big time commitment. And for Reels and TikTok, unfortunately, you do have to be a little bit more hands-on. So I like to go in and save all of my Reels and my TikToks as drafts. And then once again, every day I just go in and I manually publish them. It doesn't take me a whole bunch of time, and it's not a big time requirement on my part. YouTube is also good for batching content. You can structure your content so that you have all of your videos done ahead of time, and then you simply just need to schedule them in to post every week. So for me, I've been doing every Sunday. And then finally, Pinterest is a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but that's just because you can only schedule your pins to go out directly within Pinterest. They only allow you to automatically publish them right in Pinterest for 2 weeks ahead of time. So you can't do a full month, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and it is free to do through Pinterest. Before you go, I want to invite you to my private Facebook group where you will be able to get access to free, highly valuable 1 to 2 hour workshops on your most requested marketing topics, including the 9 most crucial aspects of a marketing plan, how to conduct target market research surveys to perfect your marketing messaging, and how to create social media content fast and efficiently by using social media post templates, and how to schedule your captions and hashtags in free softwares like Airtable and Later. You will learn what types of content perform best for your business and how to approach your marketing even if you're in a small niche business. You will learn 4 complete methods of selling online, including how to run ads effectively and how to set up retargeting for your ads, and which call to actions bring the most sales. You will also learn how to sell directly through Instagram's DMs and how to sell with Facebook groups. You will also discover how your business can use the power of email marketing to increase your reviews and referrals. And all of this will be covered over the course of 5 weeks, plus monthly meetups where you can choose the topics you want to learn more about. Click the description box below to sign up, and I hope to see you there.